her. It was the first.
No, it wasn't nice.
Who? No, it wasn't nice. I mean, obviously, you were the first.
God, that feels like
She
ages ago.
fell off the chair, and then I think someone else did. Oh, Michelle did it.
What did I do? I fell off that.
Oh, she fell off the other day, yeah.
And I did it again now. So, Nikki next.
Now.
But wouldn't you learn that after the first time?
Well, no, because I remember I set it up wrong the first time back.
Oh, man.
Who can tell jokes?
Go on, next detail one.
Nikki knows?
Me tell a joke?
Yeah.
The jokes and they like, but you just can't even think of
remember.
one.
I've got one,
Go on.
Go on then.
What did you say to a woman with two black eyes?
Can anyone define me the difference between United Kingdom and Great Britain?
Okay, United Kingdom
Includes
includes Northern Ireland
And Republic.
and
No,
Great
just include
Britain.
Republic.
It's just
No, Britain.
England,
Oh,
Scotland,
Britain's
and Wales.
Okay,
No,
and
United
Great
Kingdom is-
Britain.
Britain, no.
It's England,
no,
Scotland, and
Republic
Wales.
isn't in Britain.
Oh, no, Ireland.
But it's in United
Is it?
Kingdom, isn't
Not
it?
Northern Ireland.
No,
No, Northern Ireland.
Isn't it?
because we've got Euro. We're a completely different country.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
As
Yeah.
as well,
Scotland,
David
But they
Wales.
consider themselves
Cool,
Irish.
thank you.
They are Irish, though.
Even
Why,
though
why isn't
I
it
know,
all just...
I kind of sort of
Well, why
know
wouldn't it
it,
just
but I
become
was
all
sort of
Irish?
I know,
confused.
God, but they have sterling.
Oh,
They
did
have
you
a
not?
British passport,
Okay.
but they say they're
But I
Irish.
kind of knew, but it's just like, just one.
You've got an
That
Irish
would be
passport.
crazy.
Do you have an Irish passport?
Football
Yes.
thing will be better
So you
as
have
well.
to really. You have.
Do you know none of people have British passport or an Irish passport?
British passport.
British passport.
I have.
Yeah.
It's 12 past 2.
Okay.
I would love to have a British passport.
You go for a run?
I nearly did the 12. The
I might
test,
run
the
with you.
citizenship
Do that.
test. I nearly booked
Well,
it.
that's
But then again, I thought, oh my God, I did buy the book and everything. I learned about few things, and you just thought,
Yeah, I
well,
might.
okay, you're Portuguese,
Oh, no, we're dancing,
fine,
we're
you are in
doing
the European community, so what's the point? And actually, when I called, she said, but why do you want it?
Yeah.
You know, she actually verbalized those words, and I just thought, actually, I'll be quite happy to have a British passport.
I mean, I've got
I don't
two.
need it per
I've got one
se, but
Nigerian
it would be
as
nice
well.
to have it. Huh?
I've got Nigerian and British one.
Yeah, I got
There.
American.
Yeah.
Just in case. I always keep the green one just in case some crazy war breaks out.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I just walk through with my green passport. So,
You-
hey, nothing
just
to
in
do with
case.
me, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Let me out.
What's the green passport?
Nigerian.
Do you have a Zimbabwe?
I just put on one dodgy Nigerian.
Okay.
This has an English one, though,
Oh, you
innit?
do not?
Nope.
I'll get him a
bless you.
Nigerian one as well in case I've got to take him with me.
Yeah.
Quick getaway.
Plan. 2012 disasters, you know what I mean?
But then
Or
again,
could
you
you
can't,
have
you
both,
can't,
or
you can't get
just
into
one?
America with a
No,
Nigerian
I've just got one. I
passport.
wanted
There's
to
an
have a British
ECOWAS.
passport, but now the Swedes won't let me.
Are you serious?
Is that the one you've
So
got, Victor?
stupid.
Why is that?
Oh, yeah.
You used
The
to
one-
be
Hold
able
on, what have
to,
you
and for
got?
some reason they've
British.
changed it now, I think.
Well,
But
you
if
Zimbabwe.
they haven't,
What
I'd
about
like
you?
them.
Are
I'm
from
not.
South
I'm not
Africa?
allowed. I'm not allowed
When
to.
my
use
mum
my
got married, they
citizenship.
just like...
Where
Where are
did
you
you get
from
American?
anyway?
My mom is South African. My dad
I
is
don't
from
know. It might be
Mozambique,
really
but I was
complex because
born
I
in
think they make it very difficult
Right.
for you to get
I've
an
got a
American
friend who
passport.
was
But I
your
It
guess
never used to be when my mum got
maybe
hers,
over
they just kind of
time,
gave
or
it.
if we- maybe
in
if you've been
transit
married for a
between-
while, or if we...
Well, over the
I
Atlantic.
don't know if you have to show intention
So he's
to
got
live
a
in the
couple of
States.
passports.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
I'll have to find out.
That's not true.
If it's
Victor.
something good to have.
Well, certainly having the Swedish passport, because Sweden is neutral, so if there's
Okay.
any war breaks out, for the most part, they will not get engaged. So if you've got a Swedish passport, it's really good to have. But if you're caught up in any sort of terrorist situation, I can't imagine the Swedes pulling out all the stops to come and get you, but the United Kingdom would do. A British
Oh.
passport, they probably would do.
Oh, wow.
Because Britain has greater power than Sweden does.
Sure.
Anywhere, so...
Apparently, we as a country, Portugal and Britain, are the longest allies ever.
Really?
It goes back into sort of God knows
Really?
wars and
I didn't know
kings
that.
and things like that. Yeah.
Wow.
I know it was sort of a little fact I thought it was told, but I didn't realise that, which sounds interesting.
Yeah.
On paper, I don't know if that works, but apparently we are.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I know Delta.
I wonder how hard it would be if a non-British person to get a British passport.
Yeah, well, because of the EU, I
It
would
can-
think if you've lived in this country, what, for 14 years? Did
Yeah,
you say?
yeah.
There's something called naturalisation that
Oh, I
whereby you've
see.
lived in a country for so long.
Oh, I see.
I would check it out, see if
Yeah.
you can apply for one.
My mom didn't know I was doing it.
But now with the EU, of course, it's much easier. In the old days, you really needed to have a
Yeah, you did.
a
yeah.
British passport in order to work here and all that stuff. It's not really relevant.
I think
now.
at the time when I most thought about it was the fact that, I know you might laugh at this, but I do a TEFL course, which is teaching English as foreign language.
Yeah.
And I actually absolutely loved it.
That's
And
right.
I think-
My former sister-in-law, she used to be teaching.
Yeah, and I just thought the
TEFL.
idea of having that and just travel a little bit around the
Yeah.
world. But then you kind of just think, well, a Portuguese teaching English,
Yeah.
it might not. It might not be the best unless Brazil or sort of
Yeah.
that sort of places.
Well, of
But
course,
you
you've
can
got
just sail
Portuguese
through.
there. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to go to Brazil.
I think so too.
Amazing.
Yeah. It was so funny. She was a lovely, lovely, amazing teacher, that woman.
But don't you think they would have come already?
No, because me and Michelle were going to come in anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And usually, whenever someone walks off, it takes a few days before a standby comes in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I reckon maybe even on Friday someone. But then the only reason it wouldn't is because there's a week left, and it's like you're gonna come in for the final.
Well, yeah, plus they might want to cram the house with loads of other people, like housemates, people remember.
That's what I
What, for the final?
Yeah.
Really? But that would defeat, then they, okay, but then they wouldn't really know how they behave.
For dinner and maybe stay the
Hello.
night.
Oh, that would be interesting. It
But
could
they
be Anthony or
Because if
Ashley.
people
then.
have
Yeah,
been
but I
in
don't-
here
I
for,
don't think they're
if,
actually
you know, people in
housemates.
here for 2 weeks and they've, you know,
That'd be
really
fun.
had to put up with the atmosphere and see people off and friends have
Oh,
gone
you
and
mean have
enemies
someone
have
just
gone.
coming in for a week
Doesn't
And
make
throwing somebody in for the
Right.
last 3 days seems a little bit unfair. You won't even see too much
Process.
of their personality or remember what they're like or if they've changed or whatever.
Makes a lot of sense.
And plus,
Mm-hmm.
they think they'll be judged on like how they do it. The fact that
Yeah,
they
they don't.
care that we've been like you guys and us.
And certainly how to behave, in this environment again. The whole point is going back in for a second time, isn't it?
But they don't care anyway. It's just it'll
I
bring
think they do
fresh
care.
interest.
You've got to remember, Victor, that the most important people are the viewers,
Yeah.
and that's what they'll see. And if the viewers
Yeah.
will want to, if they've been following someone like Nadia for 2 weeks and then see a fresh face come in, I think it's kind of not the same thing as you know, somebody's been here for a long time and had to put up with fights and atmosphere and.